Yeah, so right now we are creating a Popsicle Cobra weave, which is when we grab popsicles and we intertwine between each other. And what's happening is that we have potential energy stored right now. And once we disrupt the system, which is in equilibrium right now, we're gonna have like an explosion type wave and all the popsicle sticks are gonna go everywhere.
So did you enjoy working on this project?
Are you asking both?
You can go.
Oh, yes, it was very fun. The kids were very astounded by the Cobra weave, and it was kind of funny looking at their shocked faces.
How about you, Andrea?
I would just say that it's very easy to mess up, but it's fun to watch what happens at the end.
Have you finally learned how to make it, or you still struggle with it?
I still struggle to make it. It's so easy to just, if you let your hand go, it's gonna go everywhere. That's the fun
It's
part.
a lot of manual labor.
Yeah.
And Lauren also was a part of this group. So Lauren, what did you think of the Cobra Weave stuff?
I thought it was super cool. I started at the station. I did it for a little bit. It was fun because I would try to get them done as fast as I could. I could get a decent sized one done in about 15 minutes, and then get a group of kids together and explode it. And it was cool to see their faces, like wow, whenever it would explode, because it was always a little bigger or different than what they would expect.
So now the goal of these demonstrations is to teach these kids and these visitors about physics. So what exactly are we teaching kids whenever we make this Cobra Weave that explodes? It looks cool, sure, it's an artistic display, but what physics stuff are we actually teaching them?
So we have forces that are counterbalancing each other. As you can see, some of the popsicle sticks are trying to go upward, but it's being held down by another one that's going down, and it's occurring throughout the whole thing. So right now, I don't have anything holding the popsicle stick chain down, so if I let go, it'll explode. And that's basically the principle that works behind it. So you have a bunch of forces counterbalancing each other, and they're in a very unstable equilibrium right now. So when you disrupt that equilibrium, then it sets the whole thing off in a chain reaction.
So there are different types of Cobra Weaves?
Yeah, there are many different ways because it's just the fundamental principle that holds true. So as long as you can make sure that the popsicle sticks are like wedged against each other, then you can basically come up with any pattern.
So it looks like that if you let go, this thing's going to explode. Is there a way of keeping it from exploding?
I can wedge something at the end, which is typically a little bit difficult, that goes over and under all the popsicle sticks, and that should keep it.
Why don't you show us that?
Oh, okay.
What are your thoughts, Andrea?
As you can see, it's hard to get this thing started.
What exactly is so difficult about it? Can you describe what's the difficulty?
You have to create like a strong enough force that once you let go of it, it's gonna cause the explosion.
But the problem is you can't wedge that popsicle stick in there, right?
No, it's a little bit harder because it's just
Because it goes over one tip, but then it barely covers the other one, and you know that. Well, why exactly will it slide off?
Because it's not trying to be there, because the forces are like acting against it.
Yeah. Do you want me to? Okay.
Perhaps slightly.
Okay, let's hold this one there. It's so hard.
Maybe, yeah. Wait, maybe if you let go.
So like, go ahead, let it go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something. There.
Okay.
It has been wedged.
It has successfully been wedged. Now, would it be possible to move this somewhere?
Yeah, you can just,
Okay, but like pick it up and move it to a different room, for example. Would that be possible?
if you're very careful, yes. The longer it is, the more difficult it is to move around because you have so many possibilities of imperfection within the design where a little motion might set it off.
So if we lifted it up from two ends, what would happen? The entire thing would form a U, right?
It would form
It would sag. So even though they're all in like this tension grip, if you let it sag too much, the entire thing is just going to collapse from the inside, and that's not fun for anyone.
Right.
Well, I think y'all put together a long enough one, so why don't y'all go ahead and send it off?
You don't want to do it? No, it's okay.
Okay.
And now the fun part, cleanup.
Nice.
So why don't y'all introduce yourselves? Because I don't think you'll actually said your names.
Okay, so my name's Andrea.
And I'm Alina.
Well, it was great to meet y'all. Thanks for joining us this semester.